Hello and welcome to another video here on the Golf Menace YouTube channel, your #1 source for middle-aged men playing mediocre golf. It is springtime here in Washington and we are starting to get the gang back together for our weekly skins matches. Today's format will be a 3-man scramble, 3 teams total. It's a $60 buy-in per person, and we are going to do an aggregate scoring at the end. There are no hole carryovers. It is required that you win the hole outright. And if you do, you will earn a skin, and we will take the total prize pool at the end and divide it by every skin earned. This is my team here. This is me hitting my second shot into hole number 1. As you can see, that is Steve right there hopping into his cart, and my third partner is Daryl. So we use Steve's drive. The requirement is 4 drives per player today. That's important to note. That usually comes into factor at some point during the round. Every player is required to use at least 4 of their drives. This is hole number 1. It's a straightaway par 4. We have gotten ourselves into a little bit of trouble here. We're just fighting to get our par. Daryl misses the easy tap in, but I'm going to go ahead and step up and make this. That's a par for us. The team 3 also parred this hole, so that hole will cancel. We're going on to hole number 2. This one is a long par 4. I'm playing from the blue tees today, as are a couple of the other longer hitters. Daryl and Steve are going to be teeing off from the white tees to just even out the stroke advantage here. This hole is somewhat straight away. It bends a little bit to the left. It's a fairly difficult hole, so oftentimes a par here can actually win you a skin. We're 150 yards out here on this second shot, our approach. I'm going to hit a decent ball here. It's going to land on the right side of the green. It's going to give us a putt, at least for a birdie, but it'll be a long putt. I do need to mention that this is a scramble format, so we are taking whoever hits the best shot. We only have 9 players total today in the group. As the season gets going, you're going to see a lot more players come in. A lot of times we can get 5 teams of 4, so up to about 20 players. So the total prize pool today is going to be $540 for this event. Daryl hits one by there. It leaves us a decent opportunity at least to get a par. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one short. That was going right in the guts if I would have just given it enough. I'm going to go ahead and miss that easy tap in. And our man Steve is going to go ahead and clean that up. That's a par for us. All 3 teams actually parred this hole, so there are no skins earned by any team yet. We are moving on to hole number 3. This is a relatively short par 4. I'm going to hit this one a little bit to the right side, but it actually skips off of the cart path and ends up rolling out to a pretty good position, as you are about to see. We are going to end up using that shot. Daryl hits a really nice ball here as well. This one's right down the middle, so either way we had options. Steve is going to go just up the left side, but this was also a usable ball.
That was a good shot.
So after that cart path rollout, we ended up basically with about a 305-yard drive here, 50-yard approach into this hole. We're in good position to try and lay it up there and get a birdie. So unfortunately, none of us really hit a good approach here. We are going to use my shot. It's about a 10 to 12 foot putt here, fairly straight. Daryl's going to go ahead and step up and hopefully drain this one for us.
Get in there, you little.
And he leaves that one right on the lip for a birdie. This is our last chance here to get a birdie on this hole. I come out of it right away. I know it's not enough or a right line. We're going to end up parring this hole. Team 2 got a birdie on this hole, so they are going to win the skin. As you can see, my skin count down there on the bottom right. The team of Juan, Eric, and Pepe, they are up 1 skin. 0-0 on the other teams. This is hole number 4. It's a long par 3. It is a 2-tiered green. This flag is way on the back today. Daryl's ball goes sky high right there. I actually like this hole. I've played this hole pretty well over my career. I couldn't put the shot tracer on this, but Steve ended up on the front right fringe of the green. This one is going to be right in the front of the green. I didn't quite get all of it, but it's going to give us about a 50 to 60 foot putt here uphill for a birdie.
That's pretty good. Do it. Daryl!
And Daryl drains the long one here to give us a birdie on this hole. That is good enough for a skin. We birdied it. Team 2 ended up bogeying the hole, and Team 3 parred it. So the skin count now is 1 for my team, 1 for Team 1, and 0 for Team Pete. This is hole number 5. This is a hard dog leg to the right. If you can cut it up the right side and maybe get a little bit of a fade to it, that's your prime shot. Unfortunately, Daryl pops this one sky high. Me and Steve both ended up in the left side trees. We're going to end up going with my drive here. You could either go a punch out and get around this tree. You can try and go under it. I'm actually going to try and go right on the left side of it and see if I can fade it to the green. In a format like we're playing today, really birdies are what counts. Pars are important too. That way you can at least cancel the hole in case one other team ends up parring as well. Unfortunately, this was a decent shot, but it ended up clipping the left side branches. It rolls out a little bit. We still have 73 yards to get to the green here on our third shot.
Way right, Jesus.
Long, I think.
Long too.
So I was able to get one on the green. Steve went right. Daryl went a little bit long. We have a lot of work left for this par putt.
Come on, turn now. Turn.
So that ends up being our first bogey of the day. Fortunately, both the other teams parred that hole, so that hole ends up canceling out. So the skin count remains the same. My team won, Team 1 has 1, and Pete's team has 0. This is hole number 6. This is the hardest handicap hole on the course. Daryl's ball again goes into the stratosphere. I'm not even sure if it's come down yet. We're hitting our second shot here from 215. We're going to end up using Steve's ball. My ball ended up in fairway number 1, so we got a long ways to go. Daryl's been hitting this club pretty good. I believe this is his 3-wood. He smokes this one up there. It's on the front left side of the green, so we're actually in a decent spot to get up and down. I'm going to try and give a 4-iron in there. I'm going to go a little bit to the right, kind of at the guy that's mowing grass. It was usable, but we're going to go ahead and go with Daryl's ball here on this chip. So I actually chunked this ball, but it's actually rolling right at the hole. It's going to nestle up right up there. You can see right there as Steve is going to just go ahead and pick this one up. That was a tap in. That ends up being a par for us. All 3 teams parred that hole as well. So the skin count remains the same. This is hole number 7. This is a straightaway par 4. No real gimmicks or frills. There are some bunkers on the right, which my ball is going towards, but luckily it does stay out. That ball was hammered.
This ball appears to be hammered.
So we do in fact go with my drive on this one. We have 130 yards to get to the hole. Pretty flat, green. This is another really good shot, one of my better shots of the day. It is going to land about 6 feet left of the flag. That's going to give us a really good opportunity to look for a birdie.
Shitty fuck shit. Same fucking thing I did.
So that's a pretty disappointing outcome for us. That was a pretty straight putt. We all missed it. Hole number 7 was in fact birdied by Team 2, Team 1. So now they are up 2 skins to 1 to our team's 1. This is hole number 8. It's a short par 3. Daryl is going to hit this one right at the flag. We all got silent for a minute thinking that this one could potentially go in the hole.
I'm on, but
So we do in fact use Daryl's ball here. This is for a natural birdie attempt.
Well, you know you make me wanna shout. Get my heels up and shout. Throw my hands up and shout. Throw my head back and shout.
And Daryl was able to drain that for us. That ends up being our second skin of the day. We were the only team to birdie that one. That was a natural birdie for Daryl. He is playing some really good golf right now. This is hole number 9. This is a par 5. Hit dogleg slightly to the left, maybe just bends a little bit to the left. Me and Daryl both end up hitting ours over those right side trees. Steve ends up hitting this one in the bunker, but it's really our only opportunity to get into the green at this point. I think we're all going to try and go for it. Steve's going to try and lay up a safe one over this tree. There is a pond that is about, we guessed, 170 yards in front of us. We know that Steve hits a really safe one right here. Perfect layup. It's going to give me and Daryl the opportunity to just rip away and try and see if we can do something magical.
Take your eye off the ball where you're swinging. Oh shit! Right at. Oh. Boy, thank God I hit that tree.
So no magic for the team. We end up going with Steve's ball here. This is our third shot on this par 5. We have 115 yards left to go. Daryl's going to actually hit a pretty nice ball here. It's going to go a little bit long of the flag, but it is a safe shot. It will give us at least a putt for a birdie. And I'm going to go ahead and hit this ball on almost the exact same trajectory line as Daryl. This one actually lands a little bit inside of Daryl's, so we're going to have quite a bit of work here on this putt to try and get a birdie. This is actually one that could be tough just to get a 2 putt for us. So I just watched Steve and Daryl hit their balls both long by about 7-8 feet. This is a really slick putt. I'm going to go ahead and try and take a little off this.
Oh! Damn you, Roger! Damn it! Damn you!
And yes, I leave that one short. This is for a par attempt. We all miss it. I don't know that we were ever really committed to that shot. Fortunately for Team Pete, they get on the board. They end up with a birdie on that hole. So after the front 9, Team 1, my team has 2 skins. Team 2, Team 1, Eric Pepe, they have 2 skins. And Pete's team also has 1 skin. So we got a pretty good match going on. This is hole number 10 here. And again,
This ball appears to be hammered.
I hit a monster drive. This might have been one of the best drives I've ever hit on this hole. I estimated it went about 290 yards after the rollout, so it gives us 234 yards to get into this hole. Steve lays up a decent shot. Daryl rips his 3-wood again and also gives us a pretty good opportunity. I tried to put a little too much into that one, didn't hit it very good, so we're going to go ahead and go with Daryl's ball here for our 3rd shot. So after a couple mediocre chips there, we have about 8 to 10 feet left here for this birdie attempt. Steve's going to go ahead and lead this one off. And we can see there that this is a relatively straight putt. Just got to get the speed right, get this direction right.
Shanked it. Like one like that.
He's a homo.
And yes, we all failed on that one, which is a bummer because the other 2 teams parted, so that was a good opportunity for our birdie, but it ends up canceling out. We're going on to hole number 11. Hole number 11 is about 70 yard or so elevation uphill. It's 320 yards. You'd like to keep this ball a little bit to the left because it'll funnel down right into the center of the fairway. Daryl is in need of a couple of drives at this point. I think we've only used 1 or 2 of his. That one's in play, as is mine. We're going to go ahead and go with Daryl's. Just 120 yards left for our 2nd shot here into this elevated green. So I came out of that one pretty quick. That was not a good shot. We have a lot of work left just to get this one up and down. Daryl's going to go ahead and lead this one off. We are about 10 feet short of this green. And Steve steps up and hits a beauty. That one is a really close putt, so we are feeling pretty safe that we're going to get in for a par. I'm going to go ahead and step up, tap this one in. That's the par for the team. Not a bad outcome. All three teams end up parring this hole, so the skin count remains the same. This is hole number 5. This is a par 4. There's a neighborhood out to the right, which I always get nervous about sailing a ball over there. So this one is not a great drive. It ends up over on the left side. It's usable if necessary. Steve's going to go ahead and hit a hammer here.
Perfect ball.
This one's going to give us a really good shot for at least an opportunity to hit some fairway woods into the green. So we do go with Steve's shot. Daryl opts not to hit a drive. This is Steve's last drive. We are actually going to work on load managing Steve for the rest of the round. This is his first round of the year, so he's and it's kind of hot day, so he's feeling it.
Would you go for it here out of the rough, or would you lay up?
If I could hit my 3-wood 260, I would probably go for it.
And I am in fact going to go for it. Daryl shanked his over into the front yard of some nice lady. I just barely missed on that one there. I just barely topped it. So we got 137 yards left into this par 5. As long as we can hit one somewhat up close, give ourselves a decent shot at a birdie, which is actually what I'm going to do right here. After I hit this ball, I thought this one was going right at the flag, which it was, but it ends up being about 20 feet short or so. So it gives us something to look at, but it's going to be some work to try and get a birdie.
Come on, one time.
So nothing great there. That's a par from the team. All other of the teams, they also parred. This is a shot I always look forward to. This hole is tucked over those trees there. I always try and tee this ball extra high, and for some reason I always seem to hit the earth before I hit the ball. That's a duff. Daryl hits his ball hard right into the trees. And so we need Steve to step up right here and hit us a good ball because we have nothing usable yet. And that is, in fact, exactly what he does. He hits a beautiful ball here. This is going to land right in the fairway. It gives us 129 yards into this green. This is one of the tougher greens on the course. It undulates from left to right. It also has somewhat of a ridge right through the center, which is exactly where this pin is placed today. Daryl's going to go left side, pin high in the rough. I'm going to be a little bit short of the green. We're going to go ahead and have Steve try and hit a ball because neither of these options are all that good at the moment. And Steve also hits his a little bit short. We had the choice of using mine or Daryl's. Ultimately kind of thought Daryl's was the best one here. It's a tough chip. We're a little short-sighted. This hill is running away from us. I'm going to hit the perfect chip on this, and as you're going to see, it's going to bounce about 8 feet to the right on me, but I thought I hit that one perfect. So that's no good at this point. We're going to have Steve and Daryl try and see if they can get closer. So nothing really good there. We have probably 10 feet with quite a bit of break to it here just to save a par. But our man Daryl, who's been on fire with the putter recently, he ends up dropping that like it's nothing. That's a par for the team. Again, all three teams parred that hole, so it will cancel out. We're going on to hole number 14. This is a par 3. It's playing 158. It is another tough green, and this pin is in a very difficult position. It is on the back left. Most of this green runs from right to left, as well as it's somewhat two-tiered, where The top tier is in the back. It's going to be tough to get this one in there. Daryl. He hits his into the trees on the left. We're going to load manage Steve. We're just going to go with my ball on this one. We have a long putt, which Daryl is actually going to hit a really good one here. As you can see, there's some breaks about 8 feet. He does, in fact, get it up on top of the second tier. That leaves us a pretty good opportunity, at least for a par. So I got the green light to try and go for this. I'm definitely not going to leave it short, which I don't. It rolls out of the screen. Daryl's going to go ahead and step up and hopefully clean this one up for us.
Very nice.
And that's another par for the team. We are all pars on this back nine so far, as are all of the other teams. This hole right here is a pretty fun feature hole. It's probably about 100 yards elevation down to the fairway. Daryl needs a drive. He hits a perfect drive. We're all just going to opt not to hit. We're going straight to Daryl's ball. We have 105 yards left on our approach. This is a par 4. I end up thinning this one. It goes about 20 yards over the green. Daryl's going to step up. And continuing with the trend, he's actually playing some really good golf right now. He's going to put this one probably about 10 feet from the hole. It's going to give us another really good shot and look at a birdie here.
Wow, what a putt though.
That's a gimme anyway. Here you go.
Oh! Damn you, Roger! Damn it! Damn you!
And there we go again. Feels like we just cannot buy ourselves a putt on this back nine. That's another par, as both of the other teams par as well. So there haven't been no skin changes ever since hole number 9. This is hole 16, another somewhat feature hole. It's a beautiful hole. You are hitting over this pond. I actually hit it right into the pond. Daryl hits his over to the right towards a rhododendron, which is almost an impossible up and down. We weren't going to have Steve hit a drive here, but we really need something because I'm in the water. Daryl's in a really bad spot. Let's see if Steve can pull us out again.
Oh yeah. That's giving us something. That's a putt.
And just like he's done for us all day when we need him, he hits this one. It lands on the green. It does end up rolling back because this is a tricky green. It rolls off the green just slightly, but we have a pretty good chip shot here to at least try and get up and down. Sometimes in this 3-man scramble, 3-team format that we have, pars here definitely have a chance at winning a skin. Daryl right there with a near hole out. That one is at least a really good ball for us to come back and get our par attempt. I'm going to go ahead. I just saw the line. I'm going to give it a go. Not terrible. We're going to go ahead and go with Daryl's ball. He's going to miss that one. I'm going to go ahead and tap it in for him, though. We are in for a par. And again, both the other teams parred. Every team has parred every hole on this back nine so far. This is hole 17. This one is pretty much straight away, a little bit downhill from us, still struggling with the driver a little bit. There's out of bounds to the right. Daryl's going to go ahead and hit a decent ball here, so we're going to opt to let Steve sit this one out. We're just going to go straight up to Daryl's ball because we know it's in a pretty good spot. We're going to have 121 yards left up against these trees. Try and get ourselves in the green. That one's not a good one. It is far and to the right. Daryl also does not hit a good one, so we're going to need Steve once again to step up and try and save us. And again, Steve with an awesome approach shot right there. This leaves us a great opportunity at a birdie. We only have about 6 feet left. It seems like there's just no way we can miss this. We've missed way too many. Steve leaves that one short, otherwise that would have been right in the guts.
So weak, you can't get. Thank you.
I burned the right side edge, but Daryl's been hot with this putter. He's our man. He's the guy that you would want to have this putt to try and save us.
Get there.
And Daryl leaves it short. Somehow we let one of the easiest birdie opportunities we're going to get slip. And again, both the other teams parred this hole. So there have been no skins won on this back nine. We're going into hole 18. This one bends a little bit to the left. There is water on the left side of the green, and there is water on the right side of the fairway. I was a little worried this ball was going into the water on the right side, but it actually stays in a pretty good spot. Daryl actually steps up and smokes a good one here too. Steve is going to opt not to drive because we have two really good options. Either one works. We debated it for a second. We're ultimately going to go with my shot here. We have 127 yards to get into this green. Daryl hits a pretty good ball, but it ends up being a little bit long of the hole. I'm going to go ahead and step up. This one's going right at the hole. This one's looking pretty good, but this one also lands a little bit long of the hole. It does give us a pretty good look. Steve's going to opt to sit this one out. So we got about 15, 20 feet left here for our last hole of the day to try and get a birdie, try and see if we can steal one back because we've missed so many good opportunities. And gave that one a really good run. That's going to be a tap-in par. This is for Daryl to try and see if he can get us one last birdie on the day. He blasts that one by. Again, all three teams parred that. All three teams parred out on the back nine. So we got more of these videos coming really soon. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, appreciate it. A lot more skins matches to come.